Hey, Robert. And what's going on? Oh, I forgot to attach the mic. How you gentlemen doing this morning? Doug, what's happening, bro? Can you guys, can you early birds in the chat give me a thumbs up or something? Let me know if the audio and visuals okay. Might need to give this little guy a wipe down. Actually, I'm just thinking. Make sure everything's nice and clean, clear. All good, perfect. It's got a little wiggle going on there. I was so hoping to get out and do some shooting this morning on the live, but got a rain warning this morning. Supposed to be significant amounts of rain coming down again. So who knows? Who knows how bad it's going to get? But the last time that they gave us one of these warnings turned out to be 6 inches of rain. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen again. Oh. And to make things worse, go downstairs. You know, it is Sunday morning coffee with ATO, but I had no coffee left. So I had to go and rock the tea. So it's Sunday tea coffee. The tea doesn't even work. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Anyway, I ordered some coffee off of Amazon. It was supposed to arrive yesterday, but it was late. So here we are. DCT. Where am I broadcasting from? Broadcasting from Canada, buddy. Mark, what's happening, bro? Al, good morning, Mr. Al. Al, I just saw your email this morning. Sorry, bro, I didn't answer you. But here we are. Yeah, getting a little bit of a late start. It's been a rough week so far this week, and we was hoping to get out and do some shooting, but didn't work out today. Too much rain. Well, the rain hasn't started yet, but it's supposed to get real nasty. But here, take a look. I got a bunch of empty pouches. Normally, what I do is I make a little Ziploc bag full of pouches, full of bands, pre-made bands. So I'm just ready to go. I have to swap them out. Hey, how's it going, Adam? Oh, that's Christian. I always get you guys mixed up. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, I was make some extra bands set up, ready to go, and I lost my pouch. I don't know what happened to it. It's gone. And yeah, so I lost like 6 pouches and at least 6 band sets made in there. So we're gonna go ahead and got to refill this guy. I'm gonna make a couple today, probably in well, definitely for short draw for some of them, and I may do a couple in for that pickle fork. We'll see how things go. Sexy cooking, what's up? What's my favorite pouch? Oh, that's a tough one. For a long time, it was the Warrior Mongol pouch, but they're no longer being made, which was devastatingly heartbreaking. To be honest, I absolutely love those. Those pouches. They were super comfortable. I think I might have one lying around here somewhere. It's an old used one, but I don't see it. Anyway, so they had these blue ones. Was by far my favorite pouch for the longest time. It was blue kangaroo leather. It was pretty durable, and once you broke them in, they were just like probably the best thing. But since then, I've been mostly since those got discontinued, I've been mostly using these West Mitchell pouches. These are kangaroo leather pouches. I got a couple of new ones here that I'm going to be trying today. Probably not that one. Maybe one of these. We'll save those other ones for a rainy day. We'll see how it goes. So I got these ones from Hoggy. I believe they're made from Timber 26. And this one's got the old Sasquatch on here, but that's a shape I really like. So We'll bust these guys out. These are actually similar to the Warrior Mongol pouch, but they're very, very firm. I think it's going to take some time to break these bad boys in, but I think once they do, they're going to be fantastic. And if I remember correctly, these are also Rue leather. I got a couple of Rue leather ones here, a couple of other ones, and these two guys from Omega Slings. These microfiber pouches, I actually really like them. I was never really a microfiber guy, but I'm liking them now. How thick is the pouch? Depends on which one we're talking about. For the actually, where'd I put that thing? Up there right now. Zero that up. I think they're 1 millimeter. Just short of a millimeter. Kind of thin. Yeah, 0.91 of a millimeter. Very close. What's this guy? Yeah, basically 1 millimeter. Very, very close to a millimeter. I might even actually squeeze in a little hard. I have different thicknesses of them. Yeah, they're all around 0.94, 0.91. But I got different thicknesses of them. The microfiber pouches are thicker. They're about 1.5 mil. Actually, they're bang on to 1.5 mil. There's a couple of differences in how they feel and perform, I find. The leather pouches, I find when they've broken in, they're really, really nice. They're actually similar in suppleness as the microfiber ones. They hold on really well. They got a decent grip on the backside. You can see that they were basically cut off of premium Rue leather. Very, very nice. They hold on nice. They give you just that right amount of grip on the back end for a decent release. It's good stuff. Living with Jesus. How you doing? It's been a long time since I've seen you. Brother Shades. Brother Shades back in the house. For those of you guys who chat with Shades from time to time, he had a phone issue and he was off of YouTube for a while. I was supposed to actually mention it in my last video and let you guys know that he'll be back soon, but I forgot. I apologize for that, Shades. Why don't chickens wear underwear? Good question. Because they're peckers on their face. That's pretty good. Yeah. Rue leather makes the ammo jump around. Yep. Hey, Mr. Ropa, I got a question for you. It's my first time working with carbon fiber steel, carbon fiber, period. Basically, what I've been doing, I'll give you a quick sneak peek into what I'm working on here. So I'm kind of working on a little Aries. It's a little piece of red G10 that I cut out. I've got a bunch of other ones here. This is a copper, another red G10, and a black G10 for the back end. Now, I wanted to cap the front face of the frame with this copper carbon fiber. Now, I know I showed this to you guys a while back. Now, basically what I had been doing to get my designs is, you can see here, I've got some masking tape that I've just simply, stuck to the thing, and then I draw out my outline, and then I bust this thing through a, what do they call them? Super saw, sawzall, no, not sawzall, Blade Runner. I run it through a Blade Runner and cut out my pieces. Blade Runner worked fantastic. Got some great shapes. They're all pretty much bang on with each other. It's going to be very little Very little work to get them all shaved down and even. But I was going to try to cut out my carbon fiber, and I was having trouble. I can't get the tape to stick to it at all. I wiped it down with alcohol, cleaned it up, went to stick it on there, and I know that you have worked with carbon fiber before. So I'm just curious, what was it that you used to mark your raw materials before you start cutting them out? Because I'm hoping that it won't cause me much more trouble, so I can get those cut out and then ready to go. And once I have all that together, I'll have a nice little framing. See, everything's pretty damn close. Once you have that nice all ready together, should be cutting that out no problem. Now, I did try to use a scribe on it, and you could barely even see the line. So I couldn't even follow it through on my machine to try to cut it. So I'm curious what you use to, yeah. And I was kind of actually shocked too at how quickly blades die cutting through that that G10. That was insane on that little chop and saw thing there, Blade Runner. So if you have any tips, Rob, for me on how to get that on there, I would love to have it. And I'm trying not to. I was going to go with like a paint marker type thing, but I was kind of worried that I would end up. I was kind of worried that I'd end up, wasting more material because that line is really thick and not being as accurate as it. But anyway, if you have any tips for me on how you're marking those things out and cutting them, and what blades are you actually using to cut it out, I would love to hear your thoughts, buddy. Tile blade, yeah, that's what I was using. For all the other ones, I used a metal cutting blade, which worked really, really well. I do have one tile style blade. It's like a tungsten blade. It's got all these like a little grid on it. Looks like a sandpaper. I'm assuming that a diamond one would probably last a little longer. When I do cut the carbon, I will be using that. I'll be trying that first and see how that goes. I've seen recommendations on using steel blades, so smaller the tooth count, the better. Or higher the tooth count per inch. So if you're in the 21, 28s and so on, it would be better. That part of it's not a problem. I understand all that. I was a saw operator for 17 years, so that part of it I'm not worried about. It's just actually getting the materials to getting my template to stick to the stupid material. It just will not work. I can't get it to stick. I use template made of a thick card stock and trace the outline with a fine tip Sharpie marker. That might work. Yeah, you see, that's the problem. It's black, it's black carbon fiber, and I do have some of those fine tip Sharpies. So I was thinking of trying that, but it's going to be kind of tricky to see. I wonder if I can get different colors, like a red or a yellow or something. That might work. All right, let's get a couple of these bands cut up here. We're starting with some 0.5. Yeah, here, punch me in the nose 2 times real quick. 2 shots. We're going to go ahead and get some bands cut here. I'm going to have to make, I've got quite a few pouches, so I don't want to try a few things out. I'm disappointed. I really wanted to shoot today, but it is what it is. I didn't want to get all set up outside and then have the rain come down and just wash me right out. So anyway, so here we are in the bat cave, so to speak. There we are. We got to straighten this out. You guys actually want to see what I'm doing? Yeah, for G10, I use a carbide tip jigsaw blade. Yeah, that's what I was using before too. One of them lasted a really, really long time. The I tried cutting blade. It was really, really thin to see if I can get into the cut better, and I barely finished one cut, and all the teeth were gone. It was crazy. I'm like, whoa, that's pretty bad. Yeah, but the I don't have a. I don't think. Oh, maybe a. No, I don't think I don't think they have one of those. I'm gonna be getting a what do you call, a scroll saw pretty soon. So once I get that, I'll be able to get those twisted metal blades and those anyway, you know what I mean. Those kind of diamond grip blades and whatever, and that'll make it much much easier, I think, with the carbon. Oh, all right. Let's see if we can get some of these things cut up here. Gotta get it straightened out. Got a weird little angle going on there. Oh, I could do it that way too. Yeah, why not? Let's see if we can do it that way too. Let's just cut a big chunk out of it. All right, where did my rotary cutter go? Man, it's like a whirlwind came through here. Yeah, there it is. Came through here this week. I've been trying to find things and can't find nothing. I was looking for tools to fix some stuff that broke around the house and couldn't find those either. Nothing was going right. Anyway, it is what it is. And now we're supposed to get flooded again. I'm feeling like I might need to flip over that canoe and try to float away if I have to. All this rain, it's been crazy this summer. Oh, get rid of that guy. I might have to change that blade. It's feeling a little sketchy. It's feeling a little sketchy, guys. I'm gonna have to change that blade up. See if I have any. Yeah, I do. Yeah. Hey, what am I doing? Trying to stay sane, bro. What are you doing? Making a couple of blades. Blades. Man, see what happens to me with no coffee? Making a couple of band sets. Got to change the rotary blade. I'm gonna be setting up my Squatch pouch. Got to give that a try. And yeah, just doing a little bit of chatting. I was showing what I was working on, and asking Rob for some advice on dealing with some carbon fiber. Did a little bit of cutting yesterday trying to get that Aries working out. I'll show it to you in a second there, Leon. But I'm working on a slingshot. Started getting cutting, and was having a little bit of trouble with the carbon fiber. There we go. That should be pretty good. Put you back. We're going to want the 2214 for this. I also took your advice too, Leon. Got a whole bunch of pre-cut strips. They're a little bit on the long side, but I mean, I'm not too concerned about wearing out a couple of extra turns or whatever it is. That stuff lasts a long time. Oh, that's true. Hey, that'll work. You know, it's funny too. I didn't. Here, I'll see if I can show it to you. Rob says you could try sanding the side that's going to be glued first, and then apply the tape to the sanded side. I actually thought about that, but it's weird. I don't know if this is standard for carbon fiber or not, but it came with like a. I don't know if you could. It's almost got like an oil on it or something. It's like, look, it could just be dust, but it feels kind of oily. It's kind of weird. So I don't know. I might give that a try. Just flip it over, give it a good sanding, and see if that works. But it was kind of weird how it was like had all these little. I don't know. I don't know. I've never worked with this stuff, so I don't really know what to expect. But it seems kind of weird. Yeah, Hoggy, you should give it a try, buddy. Big Z. Z's out. Hey, Rex, what's going on, buddy? What's up, Zach? Kyle, what's happening? Yeah, the copper is going to be slick, Al. I've also got some copper flat bar coming in, 1/8 thick. I'm going to give it a try to see how it's going to look because I think with with the copper like this. Actually, here I'll show you what my idea is. This is I probably bit off something a little bit more complex for a first go than I should have, but I don't really care. It's not really that much of an issue for me. So what I want to do is see if I can get this all lined up here. It's going to be a little thinner than usual. It's going to be a thin frame, but that's okay. So what I want to do is I'm going to have black G10 on the back with a good 5mm stock, 6mm, I think, 5 or 6, can't remember. Then it's going to be a thin red liner, a copper liner, a thin red liner with the carbon fiber on top, but it's going to be copper clips that are going to be on the top. I think it'll look pretty cool. We'll try the copper out. If the copper turns out to be too soft or bends or causes any issues, then basically what I'll do is I'll just swap them out for brass. I think brass will be close enough to the color, and it'll look pretty cool. Where did I order my materials from? I got them from Valley Composites, something like that. I had some more stuff coming in, actually. I had a pickle fork in design. I'll show you what I got going on. Pull down all my goodies, show you what my plan is. Oh, shit, where'd that go? Okay, so, here. So, I got this mule pickle fork drawn out on a little carton. I know my holes up here are not even. These ones are looking pretty good, but this one's kind of messed up. But it doesn't matter. That'll get fixed a little bit later on. But I got my mule pickle fork, and I want to do raindrop carbon fiber on that, which should look pretty damn cool, I think. And I haven't quite decided yet, but I want to use the black G10 on the back end, lined with some red 1-inch stock through the center, and then on the mule, you see I have a line drawn down the center of it. I want to put the red G10 zipping right down the center to keep it in 2 halves. So that's basically my idea with this one. We'll see how it goes. We'll have to put a couple of extra pins in there to hold everything together and make it look snazzy, but I think it'll be pretty cool. Going pretty complicated straight out of the box, but if I'm going to be making something that I want to shoot, I want it to look cool. So, and if I ever decide to sell a couple of these, then we'll do that too. But we'll see how it all works out. Do I watch Fowler? Used to sometimes, yeah. Time for coffee, Mark. Yeah, tell me about it, dude. I didn't even. I was came downstairs this morning and realized I didn't have any coffee left, so I'm drinking tea this morning. It's like lemon and ginger. Ugh. Yeah, I know it is what it is. Coffee's supposed to arrive yesterday, didn't show up. So anyway, here we are. Definitely ambitious. Yeah, I know. I use an 80 grit on a random orbital sander for gluing. Wipe with acetone before epoxy. Yeah, I was figuring either acetone or a good alcohol would work for that for a good cleanup before epoxying. I know when I used to do knife handles, I used to use some epoxy handles, some wood, a little bit of G10, and I know especially if you want to put metal and G10 together, you really have to give it a good wipe down. Otherwise, you're in all kinds of trouble. Nothing sticks and everything comes apart. It's a nightmare. But I'm not too worried about that part of it. I'm just more concerned about getting everything, really neat, clean, well glued and dialed in, and then we should be good to go. I probably got enough for another 2 bands here. Cut a nice big chunk off that. So let's see how that goes. Did I throw that strip away? We're going to keep that for wrap and tuck. See if we can get another 2 out of here. Yep, got another band set. Got another band set. Yeah, on that other rotary cutter, I had seemed like I had a couple of dings in it when I was passing my roller. Oh, here we go. Some more wrap and tuck goodies. It seemed to have a couple of dings in it somehow. I probably had just put it down without it being completely closed and touched one of my tools and put a little ding in it. But once you start getting those little spots that don't cut, it's time to toss it. Fortnite Gamer, shut up. You shut up. Love Tim Hortons coffee. They deliver. Really? You get Tim Hortons coffee up there? I much prefer McDonald's coffee up here to Tim Hortons. Yeah, Leon, I did the same thing too for a while. I used to really, really lean into the roller, and what I had found was it would end up like cutting into my mat and causing me a bit of issues. I've slowly but surely been kind of, I don't know how to say it really, but just relaxing on the push, and you kind of figure out the weight you need to add onto it. As your blade starts dulling out, though, you have to add a little extra weight sometimes. But I mean, it's not the end of the world, but it'd be best if you didn't have to. Read the application instruction on your epoxy. Isopropyl alcohol can leave a film on the surface that some epoxies won't stick to and can delaminate prematurely. Oh, interesting. Okay. All right. So maybe getting something like acetone or Varsol or something like that would be better. I'll have to see. Actually, I have it here somewhere. Here it is. Let's see what it says. High performance epoxy adhesive, which provides superb adhesion to substrates such as metal, glass, fiberglass, mostly wood, stone, carbon fiber, and most plastics and ceramics. Should be pretty decent, I think. Structural epoxy adhesive, shock resistant, excellent adhesion to metal, all that stuff. Does it say? Directions. For 1 minute. Gel time in the mixed product is 40 to 60 minutes at room temperature. Parts requiring bonding should be assembled and kept close without any stress. Assembly continued, full curing takes place. Excess product will be cleaned with acetone and any solvent-based cleaner comparable to sauna. Okay. It's recommended to scratch the surface if possible. Gently degrease and clean the excess materials off the area. All right, so if they're saying that you can clean it with acetone, the excess glue, then probably I'll just use acetone anyway for the cleaning of the parts. It's probably the best way to go. GB Weld putty stuff is awesome. I use Flex Glue. Cool. Tim Hortons in New Jersey. Oh, nice. Hey Shades, how you liking that? That the that Omega Slings bands? Yeah, I'll stick with acetone. If that's what they're recommending as a good product to use to clean all that stuff, then I'll just stick with acetone. It's too bad though. I'd have to go buy some. I got a crap ton of the I've got a crap ton of methyl hydrate, like 99% methyl hydrate here. It would have been perfect to use that, get that stuff used up. I only use it in my little wood burning stove. So when I go camping, not wood burning stoves, spirit burner. It would have been better to use one of those. All right, so I guess the first guy up we're gonna be putting on there is this. We'll try the Squatch pouch first, and get that one into the bag. I really want to try these pouches out. I've had a couple of these. I have a few of these pouches from Timber 26. The only issue I had with the ones that I had, I didn't really like the shape of them. I found the on the pouch on the end. Do I have any line around here somewhere? I do somewhere, but on the end where the pouch fits in, or where the elastic fits in, it was kind of pointy. Like it went like a point, and the hole was way down here. And I was just thinking that, tying those up, it's going to be a bitch to keep them straight going over that point. And I didn't really get what the purpose was of the point. Seems kind of weird, but these ones here, they have that little cutout recess where the bands, when you stretch them out and you start tying them up, the bands will, anyway, you'll see what I mean. The bands will drop into that hole. Holy crap, these things are tight. The bands will drop into the hole and kind of keep things looking good. And that's what I like to see. So let's see how it goes here. We'll tie this one up and I'll give you a look at it. There we go. It's in there nice and snug. Yeah, you see how that kind of drops in there? That's what the end looks like. It kind of drops in there. I like that. It keeps everything nice and centered and even. Pretty good. The other ones I have, let's see if I can find them. I had a whole bunch of them. I don't know what I did with them. I don't know where they are, guys. But you'll see, like, say, for example, on this one here, it would come down to a rounded point, like all the way out here, and the hole's back there. It seems kind of weird that I don't get the design, I guess. Constrictor knot's the best. I love it. I love it. I know for a long time I used to use crystal string. I actually got a couple of decent rolls actually from Sniper Sling. They're not so bad compared to some of the other ones I was getting from other places. So on that point, I wouldn't be too opposed. Probably why I'm keeping it around just in case I ever run out. But I got these guys here. These little kits, Sniper Sling cells. You get a shit ton of it on there. Keeps nice and neat through that little dispenser. You just pull out the pieces that you need, give them a little snip. I really like that about those kits. It's actually pretty cool. Ooh, that was almost bad. I almost grabbed my scissors instead of the forceps. Anyway, here we go. But it would be pretty cool if oh man, these little holes are super tight. All right, we're going to do this a different way. Yeah, I'm so far behind on my videos too. I've got two videos that are in the works for one of them. I just for the oh man, yeah, the brain's not working at all today. Yeah, so I got a couple of videos in the queue that are ready to be released. I got the Olympus Green .5 band review. I've got the I've got another one just shooting some clays out in the yard a little bit with a natty that I made. What else we got going on? I've got the yeah, I've got that one. I've got a Fun Shot Friday video. They're all kind of like half done. I just haven't had time to really sit down and get them all finished and completed and put up. Yeah, yeah, totally deprived, Hoggy. Yeah, totally deprived. A little bit sleep deprived too, which isn't really good. I had a hard time sleeping last night, but anyway, there's a nice little clean band set all made up there, ready to go with the Leon pouch. I think we're gonna go ahead and put that one on a frame right away. I've got my oh yeah, it feels good. I've got my my Aries ready to go for a new band set. Oh, tell the wife we say happy birthday, Mr. Ethan. And thanks for putting up with all my trolling yesterday. Yeah, I was sending him all kinds of pics. It was actually Ethan who gave me that lead on that cool saw, man. That saw is freaking badass. That Blade Runner works great. And I won't just use it for slingshots. I'll use it for a bunch of things. So, but I was sending them pics and look what I'm doing. You did this to me, Ethan. You. Yeah, but it was pretty cool. It's a pretty cool machine. Very easy to change out blades. One thing they don't really warn you about it, though. one thing they don't really warn you about is how hot those damn blades are sometimes when they start slowing down cutting. And anyway, I was cutting through the G10. I'm like, oh, here, I'm just gonna pop this thing out. So it was the first time I ever taken out a blade. So I pushed the button, slid sideways, and phew, thing shot right out of the hole. I went to go pick it up, and I could hear my skin sizzle. I was like, ah, yeah, I had to I had to drop it quick. It was not good. Yeah, I should know better. I've been working in the steel industry for 20, 22 years or something like that. And when your steel starts changing colors from a shiny silver color to that wacky blue hay black color, yeah, it's don't touch it. Just don't touch it. I should have known better, but anyway, it is what it is. Yeah, boo hiss on the skin sizzle. Yeah, it was not a good time, Hoggy. I'm telling you. Hey, Leon, here's a question for you. Does Timber 26 does he use like a chrome tan or something? Like what exactly? How does he tan his stuff? I'm curious because they're a weird texture. They're very, very firm, like very firm. Like you'd expect them to be crunchy if you bit into one. You know what I mean? I'm curious because I have a feeling a lot of these pouches that are like kind of tanned like that. Some of these bands, they're kind of like I don't know how to say it, but they're usually rough to shoot with for the first like two band sets. But once you break them in, they're beautiful. When they're really, really firm leather like that. Anyway, we'll see how they turn out. I'm pretty excited because I know it might stink it up in the beginning for a little while until it starts to break in, but these will be pretty badass. I think they're Wacky rig fishing tool makes the constrictor knots easy. Mark has a video on it, Hoggy. Yeah, sir. Pre-make them on that wacky rig. I was using my wacky rig for what it actually belongs for. It works great. You pre-make a whole bunch of them on there while you're sitting there vegging, watching TV, and then you just go ahead and just slip them over the pouch, and they're ready to go. You just have to slide them to the ends and tie them up. Definitely the way to go. I actually liked using crystal string for a long time. I had gone to the amber belt, and I can't seem to feel it in my fingers with all the, I got these working man hands. So the amber belt, like when I'm trying to hold it with my fingers, I don't even feel it there. I got pretty heavy callus on there and everything. So I don't really feel it. And when I go to, when I try to use the crystal string, because the crystal string has got like a rounded shape to it, and it's a little bit denser, I guess. You can actually feel it rolling in your finger, so it's easier to hold on to and move things around and manipulate, which is pretty nice. There's another nice little set with that little hog, little Leon pouch that he sent me. It's pretty cool. It's almost like almost looks like a high style pouch. Just a little soft for it, but anyway, we'll see how that one works out. Hillbilly Slings and Wares. What's up, Mr. Rick? Oh. Oh. So I've also been got a great tip from Rex on setting up your Catchbox. I've got one of those spin traps, and he gave me this really great tip on using, where did I put those things? Here they are. On using these style cable ties. Now, what I'm going to be doing is I pop these through and zip it up tight. And I picked up these hooks that I'm going to be setting up. See if I can get this open here. I picked up these hooks that I'm going to be setting up with some shock cord. I was thinking of originally just using some of this stuff, like a little paracord style stuff. And I was thinking about doing that in the beginning, with a little bit of, a little bit of tube at one end, so I could just stretch it out and hook it on, and it would keep tight and spin around. But the tubing doesn't really last that long in the sunshine. But the shock cord will, because it's covered, and I've had pretty good results with the shock cord. So I think I'm going to do that and go with this, because I want to hang up one of these bad boys in my Catchbox up on the fence, and I've already got one in my big Catchbox, and I got one in my spin trap that looks like a pig. It's so cool. I put an absolute beating on that thing with Rob the other day. But yeah, so we're gonna get out there and do some shooting with this guy. And I'll have some fun with it at some point. I think I may just set it up real quick with some tubes, just to get out there and shooting them for a while. And once they're good and broken in, or when it breaks out, I'll just swap it out with some shock cord. And the shock cord, I'll just put 2 hooks along it. I'll put the knots directly into the shock cord all the way around, just stretch it out, and it's going to be perfect like that. So I'm thinking that's what I'll do. But this thing is an absolute win. On my Catchbox, on all my Catchboxes, I'm going to be swapping them out for these things. If they do end up breaking, it is no big deal. You can get a gajillion of them for almost next to nothing. These little hooks that I got are very, very sturdy. Yeah, so this is basically the idea that I wanted to do, guys. So hook on one end, hook on the other. See, just stretch it out, hook it onto the little loop, and then I've got my flipper ready to go. But this one's kind of badly placed, but doesn't really matter. Anyway, it's all in the works. Trying to make it so I can swap these things in and out really easily, and keep things fun. The other good thing about it, though, is the those little loops there. You can actually just slide them up and down the poles, and you can just keep a bunch of flippers and everything just kind of stacked up on top of each other. And if you want this one, you just pass this one down, bring down the next one, and you can swap them out really easy and leave them all set up. You use the same kind of hooks. I was actually a little bit worried about them. I was trying some different ones. I saw the ones that Sniper Sling sells. They're great. But I wanted to buy a good amount of them so I could pre-make a whole bunch of different targets to set up. But they didn't. I couldn't get a large quantity of them. I couldn't seem to find them on Amazon or anywhere, and I didn't want to have to buy like 10 packs of it from Sniper Sling. So I was like, you know what? Forget it. I'm just gonna find a different model. And I found those ones, and they look pretty damn good. And they're far more sturdy than you'd think. I don't know what steel they use for them. The steel, like trying to bend them out with your fingers, they feel pretty hard. So it's a pretty good thing. We'll see how that goes. I'm gonna have to get that Squatch one on my Aries. I'm gonna have to get another order going with Omega Slings. I'm getting pretty low on my. I've only got a couple turns left on my 0.45 white, and I think my 0.45 green might actually even be done. Might be finished. It sucks. I'm gonna have to get some of that in here too. Oh, I got another full white one. Okay, 0.45. Okay, that's good. I don't know what happened to the green though. I didn't think I finished it, but maybe I did. Unless this is it. No, that's 0.5 green. Oh, here we go. Yeah, the 0.45 green is pretty low too. But I wanted to try some of those on the pickle fork, see how they go. I got to make a new set for my Hillbilly pickle fork and my Sniper Sling pickle fork. They're both needing a tune-up, I guess you could say. Oh, you made your own. That's cool. There we go. Which one's the longer one? Sometimes I can get an extra one. Yeah, I might be able to get an extra one out of this one. So we'll have a good stack up of those. We'll have a good stack up of those of these 0.5 bands. I actually cut them a little bit longer than usual. I was cutting them at 135 millimeters or 13 centimeters or 13.5 centimeters, and I decided. I mean, they're good, but I ended up dropping them down by about a half centimeter. I'm still getting plenty of speed for target shooting. I mean, plenty of speed, and it dropped my draw weight down by almost a pound. It was like it was kind of shocking. So I was like, oh man, if that's the case, and I can shoot them, have them feeling more like the 0.45, but get better speed, then maybe we'll do that. I don't know. I'm still in the testing phase in that respect, just kind of dialing in which, I mean, which, how much speed I want to get out of them for the draw weight, and seems to be doing pretty good. Hey, Hoggy, quick question. You hear any news about Bill? How's he doing? Is he feeling better? Is he making a comeback? I use those hooks, and if you hit a string, you can ping it off, so you put them in very small tubes. Hook and cover, it helps. Yeah, it does. Yeah, me too, buddy. I'm kind of the same, Rob. Whenever I have stuff kicking around the house that I can actually make something out of it, it's actually kind of fun. Kind of fun to dabble in those things and kind of get these things, made instead of bought. It's always nice. Oh, he may get out of the hospital Monday. Oh, that's great. Oh, I flipped one out over here. Okay, I think I'm going to keep these two for some pickle fork bands. And I'll use these two for my last two regular band sets. Yeah, that sounds about right. There we go. Yeah, we all have a bit of tinkering in our blood. I remember one of the first knives I ever made. I used an old saw blade. I had some old oak hardwood floors, piece of hardwood floor. I had a couple of brass pins that I had just found laying around. I don't even know where they came from, and I needed a lanyard tube for it. So I actually took the, your tire gauge. I had a broken tire gauge in my car. I'm like, I wonder if I could haul that out. So I took everything out, and it was a perfect copper tube, not copper, brass tube. So I just cut sections off of it, stuck it right in the hole, put her in, and it acted like a pin at the bottom part of it, and it worked out great. So that was actually my first knife built ever made. Yeah. Oh no, that one wasn't the saw blade. That one was a file. It was a file that I used. Can't remember if it was W1 or W2 steel that was on there, but it was a file that I used on my first one. Yeah, I still have it. I use it. I keep it in my garage, and I use it for just for like a utility knife whenever I want to hack something up or whatever. The heat treat turned out surprisingly good, considering I didn't really know what I was doing at the time, and it's amazingly sturdy. I've gave that thing an absolute ass whooping, and it just keeps on going. The second knife I ever made actually was a neck knife, and I gave that one to my dad as a gift. I even made the little leather pouch to carry it around your neck. That little pouch actually turned out pretty good. The knife was kind of nice. I don't know what's happened to it, if he still has it or not. I haven't seen it in quite a while, quite a few years, but it was a good little knife. I used to dabble on a lot of that stuff. It was kind of fun, making making knives and just different things around the house. It's fun. Yeah, so it's pretty interesting, guys. I want to see if any of you guys are going to be interested. I was thinking about starting a, I don't know what you call it. I don't want to call it a series because it's not really a series, but one of those videos where you get out and you tag someone. Well, I think I'm going to start one, and I'm not going to be really tagging anybody in particular. I'm just going to I don't know how to say this. I guess leave it open to anybody. But it's going to be about growing the sport and putting a slingshot in kids' hands. That's my basically my plan. So I'll be coming out with a video pretty soon. One of my mechanics at work has a son that saw a slingshot inside of Canadian Tire up here, and sure enough, he was telling his dad, "Oh, it's really cool. I want to get one of those." And he's like, "Oh, here, I'll show you something cool." He's like, "My friend at work, he's really good at shooting slingshots." He said he'll show you. I can show you some videos. We can watch them on the TV when we get home. So sure enough, he showed the video to his kid, and his kid was freaking out. And he came to me at work asking me about, basically what kind of slingshot should I buy for my son to start out, blah blah blah. And I said, dude, don't worry about that. I'm going to take care of this. I'm going to set you up. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a video, talking about the slingshot I'm going to give to the kid, and I'm going to name him specifically in the video. So he gets kind of excited. He's only 7 or 8 years old. So I'm going to set him up with something really, really light, really easy. And then in that video, I'll probably do one of those, a premiere of it. So I'll let him know when it's going to happen and all that so he can watch it with his son. And then I'm going to tell him, okay, Sebas, give it to your boy. And he's going to give him the slingshot. So I think it'll be a pretty cool thing. And when little kids see somebody that they know on TV or on YouTube or whatever it is, they get excited. And I think when you're talking to the kid directly on there, it'll be a lot of fun. So I'm basically gonna tell them, look, give them a couple rules, like you don't shoot anybody with them. You don't shoot them towards houses or windows or anything like that. You only shoot them when your mom or dad are around, and that kind of thing. And then I'll give them a little care package. I've got a bunch of clays that I just can't seem to get on with, so I'll give them the clays. I'll set them up a couple of slingshots with some bands and with a whole bunch of bands, and I'll send them on over to them. So I think it'll be pretty cool. I'm going to try to videotape that pretty soon, and then I'll leave it open to anybody else who wants to make those videos. We'll call hashtag I don't know, make the sport great again, or something like this. I don't know what we'll come up with, but I think it'll be pretty cool. I think it'll be pretty cool, and I think the kid will freak out. I think he'll really enjoy it. So I think it'll be fun. But getting some more kids, getting some more slingshots in there, getting some more slingshots in some kids' hands, growing the sport. Having them see some of the people that they watch from time to time on YouTube, and I think that'll be fun. Anyway, that's my plan. You'll be seeing that one pretty soon. I originally wanted to do the reason why I bought all those clays in the first place was I originally wanted to do a like a workshop for kids at my parents' trailer. They have this trailer park that they hang out in the summer, and I wanted to basically get on up there and set up some tables, some targets, and some cans for them to shoot at, and have the kids come through, give them a quick demo of the kind of shooting that you can do with those things, and then whatever. It was supposed to happen, but they I don't know exactly what happened. There was a new person that came involved with the with all the activities and stuff that they do at the park. Like they just had the Halloween this weekend. They do all this stuff, Halloween, Christmas at the park in July, all that stuff. all stuff for the kids. And I thought it would be cool to do a little showcase with the kids, and it would be fun. But the new person took over and they basically squashed it. Don't know why, but sucks. Would have been cool. Yeah, I told him we weren't going to use steel ammo. We were going to use mud balls, all that stuff. And he's like, no, I don't want that in the park. The kids are going to end up bringing their slingshots here and shooting everything. And I'm like, not if they learn properly, not if their parents actually watch them. But I guess that's too much to ask nowadays. But anyway, it is what it is. All right, that's good. Pest control from the UK is a young lad starting a channel. Oh, cool. Yeah, I think it'll be pretty cool. I haven't quite decided which frame I'm going to give the kid. I'm kind of leaning towards. I'm kind of leaning towards this one here, the old Scout LT. I have the aluminum one, which I tend to shoot for the most part all the time. I may just take the weight out of there. I like the weight. I might put it into my my Scout LT LE, and I've got the LE and I've got the LT2, so I don't really need this one. I actually have another one. I got a black one like this too, but I think I'll give him the orange one. I was either thinking either that one or this one. Give him either this one or this one. This is one I got from Jordan Mabbitt. It's from Jordan Mabbitt, and I think it was made by the Leighton guys. But I was either going to give him this one or this one. Not sure which one yet, but he's just a little guy, so I want something that the lanyard will fit on. Oh, that one has a lanyard too, but I think this will be the one I'll be giving him. It'll be a good slingshot. He can hold it how he wants. There's many options he could hold it. You know, putting some .4 sniper sling on there, shooting clays, cutting them a little extra long. I think it'll be pretty good and safe for a little guy. I'm going to take a screenshot of that. There we go. Whoa. Maybe this one too. There we go. Did my first soup can with water yesterday. Gave my sling a herpy. It was like 7 or 8 months. Oh no. Oh, you're out of here, Leon? Take it easy, bro. The AT would be more versatile and aim easier with the original one screw. Yeah, I'm thinking that's the one I'll do. Got some stuff to figure out first. Later, bro, figures watch. All right. I guess now we got those done. We'll get some of these bands done for the hold on a second. Get some of these bands done for the pickle fork. It's gonna cut them at a 7, I guess. These ones aren't even either. Man, I hope that coffee shows up soon. I probably drink too much of it, so it's probably not the best, but man, I like coffee. I really like coffee. There we go. More Bantang stuff. 15, 16, 17. So I started watching that show, Designated Survivor. Has anybody of you guys watched that show? I fell down a freaking rabbit hole with that stuff, man. That show is, I'm really enjoying it. Pretty damn good. I don't really watch TV all that much, but I was looking for something new to watch, and yeah, I'm digging it. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's get some of these pickle bands going. There we go. That should do. Make sure I close that up before I put it down. Put a big ding in it again. Coffee ready here. Time to wake up. Oh, Kevin, you're killing me. Yeah. Cup of tea just doesn't really bring the the caffeine that I'm needing in the morning. That's for damn sure. Oh yeah, that feels great. That feels great. I better stretch that one too. Yeah. Do any of you guys pre-stretch your bands before you tie them? I got into a habit of doing that for a little while. I had found that when I originally cut my elastic, I would put it down on the mat. Let's say I was cutting it at 150. I would put it down on the mat, and then I'd stretch it out, and sometimes I'd gain a whole half centimeter after putting them down in a relaxed state. I don't pre-stretch them anymore. I did for a little bit, thinking that it was a good thing to do, but I don't think it's a good thing or a bad thing to do. But if you're really trying to get super precise with your bands, I don't know, it might be worth doing. But for me, that little tiny bit that stretches out and doesn't go back, I don't think it's really a big deal. But I don't really pre-stretch them. But if I stretch one out to see how it feels on here, then I will do it with the other one just to keep everything even. But besides that, no. Taper was 27 to 21, active, 240 full butterfly, 61 inches of mega green. Holy smokes, dude. Are you hunting deer with that or what? did it again. Shit. I always forget. Got to do it. Ah, well, whatever. Let's figure this out here. Yeah, when I'm tying up these bands, I always forget to do the trifold and then flip one over. And I did it again on this one, so I'll have to cut that one off. It'll be a wasted band. Oh, well, it is what it is. I got some more there. I'll cut a couple of extras just in case I do it again because I'm an idiot. Yeah. But anyway, we'll see. All right. Yeah. Oh, what a waste. What a waste. All right. There we go. Yeah, a taper like that pretty much shoots 8mm, 9.5mm, and 11mm at pretty much max speed across the board. Yeah, no joke. Yeah, don't pre-stretch unless you pair your bands first. Absolutely, Shades. Absolutely. Definitely with you on that. It's always better that you pair them up before you stretch them. I know some people, they like to stack two pieces of elastic on top of each other before they cut them with the rotary cutter. I really don't like doing that. I've tried it a couple of times and they never really seem to come out exact after that. I find it's the precision on the single cut is more than good enough than having it and trying to cut through two at the same time. So I avoid that at all costs actually now. Where did they go? Here we are. Is this the right one? Yeah. Might keep that for a wrap and tuck too. Yeah, it was supposed to come down with furious anger today, and it never did. Never came down for whatever reason. I don't know why. But anyway, we'll see what happens. I'm kind of pissed though. I could have been outside shooting today. But I guess you know the rules for the weatherman, right? It's the only job you can be consistently wrong and still keep your job. That and the Canadian Prime Minister. Both freaking weathermen. All right. Let's see how this goes. Did I screw this up? I might have screwed it up already. I don't know. No, we're good. Oh. No doubt on PMETO. Yeah, tell me about it, dude. Tell me about it. There we go. Look at that. Nice flat lay. Give me a nice razor line right down there. That'll be perfect. Look at that. Oh, yeah. These are a little hotter than the other ones. Yeah, the white ones were a little bit less zippy, I guess you could say. Let's get the hillbilly done too. Had some green fellas on this one. Yeah, these are all toast. Toast, toast, toast. Let's get rid of these ones. All right. Another nice band set. We're going to take those out after that and set up the... I had some other band sets lying around here that I had got made up for the pickle forks. And they seem to have disappeared somehow. I don't know what happened to them. But I'm going to throw these away. I've got enough of that stuff for wrapping tuck. I don't know what happened to them. And I had a beautiful full pouch like this, full of bands that have just like disappeared, completely gone. I don't have any idea where they've gone to. And that really pissed me off because I got a lot of my Omega pouches in there. I'm going to have to buy a shit ton more now to replace them. But I like to make them quick. Can I get some bus money? I'm stuck. You're asking the wrong dude, buddy. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen these little tools that Leon makes. These little wrap and tuck fellas. These things, for years, actually, see if I have it lying around here. I used to take like an inner strand of paracord or some of this stuff, tie a little knot in it, and then pull it, or just put a loop like this and pull it, because I don't like to pull my wrap and tuck all the way through. I like to put it through and just snip the piece off the top so there's a little quick loop there. And if I ever want to unwrap it, I just pull that out and everything comes undone. But this thing is freaking awesome. So once you pull it in, you pop it through the bottom, you just release the bottom part, you pull your string out, and you can snip off the excess and you're good to go. Yeah, so let's get another little band snipped off on there, and we'll see how things go. Gonna get that one last band set up and get that one. Oh, but these might be a little short for the hillbilly wrap and tuck. Okay, we'll have to wait for that one. I gotta cut this one a centimeter longer for the hillbilly. It doesn't have clips. All right, we'll do that one another day. This will be the last set I make for today. Then we'll just chat. So it's everybody. Wow, we've already been at it for an hour and 20 minutes. You guys must be bored as hell. I'm just sitting here making bands. It was an experiment brought to you Awesome too. Time flies. It does, man. It does. You'd think I'd have a whole lot more bands made up in that little bit of time, though. That's pretty bad. Yeah. All right, let's see. Get this last one done here. Hopefully I don't screw up and don't do my trifold again like I did the last one. Yeah, it should. I'm kind of excited actually to see how that all turns out for my buddy's kid. I think he's gonna flip right out. It was actually cool. One day it was his son's birthday. I think it was his son's sixth birthday, and my buddy dressed up like Spider-Man, climbed up onto the roof of his house. And still, I wish I had the video to show you guys. It's freaking awesome. Stood up on the roof of his house and started like shooting shooting slings at the kids, and telling everybody to have a safe birthday and all this stuff. It was a lot of fun. The kid was freaking out. He was sure that the real Spider-Man showed up at his house. The only funny thing was that he was up there wearing his white sneakers. He's like, I was gonna wear the regular suit. He's like, but it's just like socks that you wear on your feet, and I was too worried I was gonna slip off the roof. I'm like, yeah, that would have been bad for your son's birthday. First, he'll find out that Spider-Man isn't real. Then he'll find out that his dad's dead for falling off the roof. It's not a good look, bro. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not really bored either. I know you guys tend to when I'm kind of spacing out onto something, you guys tend to keep each other company, which is good. Yeah, on our Sunday morning hangouts. There we go. Did any of you guys watch the UFC last night? I gotta watch that a little bit later and see how everything went. Lothians and border slingshot AC. Yeah, shade. Hey, what's going on, Lothian? Had to start the bacon. Ooh, buddy. Now we're talking. I don't know if anybody watched the UFC last night, but there was a couple of good fights lined up for that one. I gotta check it out today. See how it went. I think it was Adesanya versus Duplessis tonight or last night. Been looking forward to that one. Yeah, nice little clean set. See how I have them both kind of facing an opposite way, but when you stick these on there, see how nice that looks when you're looking down those bands. Because I tend to shoot what do they call it, gangster style or whatever. I shoot sideways, and I also shoot with a bit of a tweak. So when I line these guys up and I pull them back, just give it a little bit of a thumb, give it a little bit of thumb action, and it really sends them ripping quick. Real butcher's bacon. Oh, now we're talking. I used to make my own bacon all the time. I used to go by the grocery store, pick out a good chunk of pork belly, and then stick it into a big Ziploc bag with all my spices and everything. My favorite one that I used to make was like a maple whiskey one. It was really, really good. I used to have that thing all set up, ready to go in there for 11 days, curing and spicing up and salting. Take it out, give it a good wash. Then I'd smoke it for like 13, 14 hours on the barbecue at like 140 degrees. Oh man, it was so good. I just let it go. Let it go low, 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 and slow. It would take forever. It would take like 13, 14 hours sometimes to smoke it, but man, it was well worth it. And then when you were done, you cut that little bad boy up, and you chop that bad boy up, and you would had like I don't know. I think the last one I did was like 14 pounds of bacon. It was a lot of bacon. Yeah, it was really, really good. The first time I did it though, I tried it with it was like the Traeger signature pellets, and they were pretty good. It was okay. The second time I did it though, I did it with apple pellets, and it was way, way better. It was so much better. I mean, the apple has kind of like a mild flavor. Uh, the apple has like a mild flavor to it, and it's not really harsh or anything. So, but when you're cooking it for that amount of time, you still get that really deep penetrated smoke ring. It's so good. Don't say bacon. It's as bad as the N word. Well, I guess I'm going to be in all kinds of trouble. I love me some bacon. Well, good and tight. There we go. Well, we got our squelch pouch on there, our squatch pouch. Wow, did you hear my elbow? Oh, that was gross. Yeah, yeah. So I'll be good to go with that guy all set up. And I was going to do the wrap and tuck one, but I should have. I don't know what happened to those other ones. Anyway, man, I'm a freaking mess these days, guys. I'm telling you, burning the wick at both ends, I guess you could say. I'm trying to get a few things settled and squared away, and then we're going to do the giveaway on the Venators. But it's just way too much happening at this moment. Dial things back a little bit. When things slow down, I'll have more time to really pay attention to all this stuff. Try it with cherry and pecan. Oh, sugar maple. Yeah, you know what? Sugar maple pellets or sugar maple wood. Period is my favorite way to go. I love that stuff. Gives an amazing flavor. It's just very hard to find in my area. I can't find it anywhere. So basically, my choices that I can pretty much find in my area is hickory pellets, Traeger signature. Um, the one I buy most is called Louisiana Swings Whiskey Barrel. I buy that one a lot. The apple one, and then I think the signature one is a mix between I can't remember. It's like three different kinds that are out there. But finding like a good blend of a big bag, or just finding one of cherry or one of any of the others is very tough. The hickory one's good, mesquite's good too, but it's only good on certain things, not for a bunch of stuff. Wasp Venator, yes. Yeah, we'll be doing that giveaway in a couple of weeks when things kind of slow down. I get caught up on everything, and it's just tough, man. It's just tough. Burning, burning the wick at both ends. Yeah. Yeah, I started doing that too for a little while. I think the signature one, if I remember correctly, was hickory, cherry, and something else. I can't remember. There was three different woods inside there. Frito Baggins going on. Good morning. Yeah, so hopefully The next time I pick up an order, I'll grab you some sugar maple. Oh man, where do you get those from, Web Shooter? Where do you order them from? I guess there's probably bound to be like a barbecue place around that I can pick some up. But most of the time, I buy them. I buy them off of Amazon, or I pick them up at like Home Depot or Canadian Tire, one of those places. But it seems like Canadian Tire's gone full batshit crazy now. You can't even buy the ones in my area. You can't even buy like a gas lawnmower there anymore. When I was there this week, everything was all electric. They're like $800 too for a freaking lawnmower. Yeah, I love mushroom picking. I'm down. I'm down with that. We're probably talking. Actually, I have a video on my other channel. I should have brought it over to this one. It might have been cool. Oh, maybe I did. I'm not sure. But I went out and I made. I did some mushroom picking a few years back, and I was planning on it being, like I'm going to hike through the woods. We'll see what we can find. We'll talk about different mushrooms. Blah blah blah. I walked into the woods. I turned a corner to take a look at this tree, this old oak tree that I had found, and boom, the mother lode of chicken of the woods. It was insane. It was insane how much was on there. I filled a 40-liter backpack from top to bottom with chicken of the woods. Plus, I had a garbage bag. Like one of those medium-sized garbage bags. I guess I don't know. I guess like a 20 or 4 inches wide, deep, and I don't know, like 24 by 24 or something like that. I filled both of those right to the top, and there was still a shit ton more on the tree that I just couldn't take home. I had nothing left, so I threw all that chicken inside my car. I walked in the woods, shot the video, cleared it all out. Oh, it was a score, dude. threw it all into my car. Drove to the grocery store, bought 4 pounds of butter and a shit ton of garlic, and I ended up frying them in butter and garlic with salt and pepper, and then vacuum sealing them all in Ziploc bags and vacuum seal bags, and put them in my freezer. And I had them for a full year. It was a crap ton of mushrooms. It was somewhere probably in between 30 and 40 pounds of mushrooms that I had. Crazy. I probably should have actually. We have a lady who buys wild mushrooms. I should have just got my buddy to hook me up with her and sold half of them, but we ended up fishing with them, going ice fishing. I brought them, cooked them with steaks, and oh man, it was insane. And then my buddy, it was a good year that year. My buddy ended up finding a 19-pound puffball too. It was huge. It was bigger than a basketball. Gigantic. Huge. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun going out there and hunting mushrooms, man. Like chanterelle season and morel season, and then we're always looking around for barehead's tooth or lion's mane. It's just amazing. Hi, Mark. Big thanks for your band vids. New shooter here, 68 years old, from Miami. I'm here to say your stuff is a massive value. Hey, thanks, buddy. I appreciate you, man. The bald gorilla. That's so cool. Yeah. Oh, I'm glad it helps out, man. The big BG. If you ever have the BG, if you ever have any issues or any questions, buddy, you know where to find me, man. I'm here every Sunday morning. And anyway, if you're on Facebook, you can also shoot me a message. I'll try to help you out if you need. Those chick mushroom people. Look at you looking crazy. Who cares? Who cares if they look at you crazy? There's a couple of mushrooms, though, that are out there that are good eating. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever had, it's called aborted entaloma. but I think they call them shrimp mushroom, but really they look like bird shit. So, but if you've ever tried these, they're actually pretty damn good. They got the texture of shrimp. They're very similar to it. You fry them up and got in butter and mushrooms, butter and garlic, and they're great. Yeah, they're fantastic. So if you ever get a chance to try those out, give them a try. They're called aborted enthalomas. Check them out. They basically look like a giant white bird shit that's on the ground. Just don't mix it up with actual bird shit because then you'll have a bad afternoon. But the mushrooms are pretty damn good. Yeah. Actually, I think on one of my hey BG, see if you could put your link to your channel on here so get some people to check you out. But there is, I have on one of my overnighters. I think I have a video of up of my overnighters on this channel. I'm not sure if I put it up here or not, but me and my buddies, we went out for an overnighter. My buddy Jesse and my brother were on an overnighter, and we cooked some shish tao chicken wraps on the fire. And while my buddy was coming in, he found some of the biggest hedgehog mushrooms I've ever seen. They were like this big, huge, like 4 and 5 inches in diameter, giant hedgehog mushrooms. And if you've never tried those, they're actually really, really good. They're delicious. But what am I trying to say here? Yeah, but in that video, we had the aborted enthalomas. We cooked those in there too. It was good. Hey, Paul, what's going on, bro? My channel is massive. My belly is massive. Mine too. Actually, this headache I got growing on me because I have no coffee is killing me. It's rough. It's brutal. I'm dying over here, guys. I'm dying. Oh. Dude, I just ran out. I thought I had an extra pack. I'm like, whatever. Had coffee yesterday. Thought I had an extra pack. Woke up this morning. I'm like, oh shit. That was the extra pack. It's gone. So I made a quick. I made an order yesterday because I knew that I was going to be taking my last pack, which I actually already took. And yeah, so here I am, no coffee, suffering silently by myself. It's terrible. It's terrible. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta get some leather worker guy to make me a proper sheath for this knife. This is it's a very special knife to me. I don't know if I probably told you guys the story. I think anyway. I'll save you the talk. But the this little knife is kind of like a co-build between me and a master forger guy that just passed away. A good buddy of mine a couple of years ago passed away. His name was Randall Graham. He was a hell of a builder, and he was actually in the middle of making me a nice necker with a pouch with a, what do you call it? What are these things called again? With a sheath with a wooden core down at the bottom, and the leather part would be on the top, and attached with a little lanyard you hang around your neck. And sure enough, he passed away. He passed away, and one of our buddies basically said, "Hey, I know he was supposed to send you a knife, and his wife's trying to make everything right. So, would you be happy if he just give you one of these things?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, okay, sounds good." Oh, hold on. I just saw that from Hillbilly. I thought you were going to send me a pattern. Yeah, I wanted to talk to you, Hillbilly, about that. What exactly it is do you need? I don't want to send the knife because I'm afraid that custom will take it away and I can't lose this thing. So, um, yeah, this we'll talk about it at some point. What kind of info you need to set this guy up, and then we'll get something made. Yeah, this thing was really cool, man. It's got a distal taper on it on both ends. So anyway, back to that story. He actually made this, and I made the handle. This was actually the part the wood that he was supposed to send me. It came in a big block with it's bird's eye maple. It's kind of dirty and nasty now. I should probably sand it up and clean it up a little bit, but it's actually it fits amazing in my hand. It seems very, very simple. Very, very simple, but it locks right in your hand. And the cool thing about Randall is he used to do everything on his own. He used to do everything on his own and do it in the old way. So everything was hand forged. He used heat treat and salt. It was really, really cool. And then when he sent it to me, or when I got it, I wanted to put the handle in the wood the same way that he did. And he used to do it with a he would do a burn in. So I don't know if you guys know how that works, but he would drill a hole inside there that was considerably smaller than the tang that you're going to be pushing into it. He would lock the handle in a vise and then heat up the tang red hot. But the vise would act like a heat sink. So if you wanted to touch the blade, it would be cool to touch, or maybe just slightly warm. But the top of it would be cherry red, glowing hot, like my shirt. Then you take your pre-drilled thing, your handle, and then once you get it super, super hot, you take the handle and you push down really hard, really fast with it, and it burns it right in down to the bottom, and then you leave it there to cool. Sometimes it'll catch fire a little bit at the bottom, but you'll clean all that up and whatever. But once that's in there, the handle never comes out. I didn't glue this thing in. I glued the bolster and the liner in there. See that? I glued the bolster and the liner in there, but the knife is actually not glued in there. It's been in there since 2017. What was the year that I went? Yeah, 2017. It's been in there, sitting in there. No problem. At least 6 years. 5-6 years. Hasn't come loose. Solid as hell. Not worried about it at all. I've got some 18th century oak panels. Oh, wow. Hey, you want to see something cool, Shades? Check this out, dude. I got another knife. Right here. This one here is called the Privateer. Now, the cool thing about this knife is this was made from my buddy Derek Tappan. He used to have a company called Triple X Knives back in the day. And he made this knife for me. The scales on this thing is from an 18th century tall ship that used to protect the Canadian border from Americans back during the war. And this is actually a piece of oak galley that was on one of those ships. And it's got my colors on it, red and black. And yep. He made this knife for me, and I've had this thing for just about ever. And when he gave it to me, it came in this absolutely badass sheath. Man, I'm having a hard time with that word today. And he's got a little ferro rod, and you can see I've made a considerable amount of fires with this thing that locks in quite nicely. Locks in quite nicely to the pouch or to the sheath. Absolute great knife, monster of a knife. I love it. The only thing is a little bit on the heavy side, but it's a great, great knife. It's cool. I've got a card with it somewhere, And when I got this knife too, I was like, oh man, I like this thing so much. I want to get I asked him if he had any more of that wood left. And he had a tiny little piece, just big enough to make a necker. And I got that thing, and I have another knife with that with the same wood of this. So I got a necker and this one. And the necker is called the Sable. It's a really, really nice little knife. One of these days, I'll dig that one up and show it to you. We were not taught anything about that in history class. You guys never learned about the War of 1812 at all? Really? Yeah, we used to have. There used to be some privateers. These ships that used to come over through the Maritimes, blocking and trying to take away some of the, trying to steal the ships, the packs of ships that were coming from the UK over here. But it was pretty neat. Yeah. Always send Leon a message, man. He's got a bunch of cool things. Like, look at this, man. Little paracord. Looks like paracord Dyneema, but for wrap and tuck tools. This thing is freaking badass. I love this thing. And Leon's work is fantastic. Look at this. If anybody's looking to get some of these things, I mean, I don't know if Leon's selling them or not. I shouldn't probably talk before I do that, but if he is, you're getting some high quality stuff from that dude. Yeah, it's tuck tool, and it's awesome, and it's got the release too, so you can pull it through, get it through just as far as you need it, and then just pull it out, and it's perfect, just perfect. He does great work. So I got this guy, and I was thinking about making the Aries from this guy, but I noticed when you stack the two on top of, now I love this frame, okay? I love it. Everything else on this thing is just about bang on, but the forks are taller. And I don't know what I think of it. I really don't. It seems to be bang on, but the forks are taller and a lot taller, like 7 mil maybe. I don't know what I think of it. But I do have a clip kit that I got from the boys over at Omega Slings. So I'm thinking I might drill these out a little bit bigger actually to be able to take these things. But these ones here seem to be made for plastic. So I was thinking about putting some G10 on one side, and I got some blue denim micarta on the other. That's what I'm thinking about for this one. I think it'll be pretty badass. I like that blue denim micarta, and I might put a couple of bands across the side or in the center to kind of change it up a little bit. I've got blue denim micarta coming, and I got burlap micarta. I might actually even put the brown micarta down at the bottom, the burlap, and then put the denim up on top with something in there in the middle to give it a nice segue into the two pieces. That's what I'm thinking anyway. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. I'm really new at this, and I'm a dude, so I'm not really good at the whole designing thing, the color blending and all that crap. But anyway, we'll see how it goes. But these little clips that they give you here, these little inserts, these seem to be those ones that you would use for plastics. So if you were typically heat these up to push them in. I don't know what I think about that. I think I prefer the riv nuts, to be honest. But if I use the riv nuts, then I won't be able to use these clips. And I did buy them, so I want to get rid of them. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I don't know. So many decisions. But we'll see. I've got a couple of things coming. Yeah, the blue denim micarta should be pretty badass. Yeah, we'll see. I'll try it out and see how it feels. If I like it, I'll get some more of these cores. If I don't like it, then I'll switch it out. I don't know. I really like the lower forks though. That's the only thing is like the forks. See, even the cup, even if I line up the cups, it still sticks out quite a bit. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I have to make one out, try it out, see how it shoots first, and then make my decision from there. Yeah, but the Aries design is freaking badass. It really locks in the hand nice. I would like a Medusa and blue denim micarta. You know, the first time I ever saw that blue denim micarta was it was Coyote Customs, Mr. Tim. It was Mr. Tim who was rocking that in a couple of his builds, and it was just fantastic. It looked beautiful. Oh, you love the glasses? Ah, not me. Too small for my head. Yeah, it'll be pretty interesting though. We'll see how all that goes when we get this guy on this build going. The unfortunately though, it seems like they drilled the holes too small. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet because it won't even fit a riv nut in there, and those other ones don't fit. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet. And there was something else I wanted to try too. I was thinking about. Sorry guys, I'm I'm a little scattered today, but my plan was if I could find it. Here we are. So my plan was, I've been wondering why they don't make frames like this. So as much as I love sniper sling frames, they do tend to have one problem, and I find some of their frames with the inserts, kind of like this one, is when you're screwing them in, the band tends to get all tied up inside. It gets stuck. You know what I mean? Like you're trying to undo it and try to pull it out, and your band ends up going into the hole where the thread goes and whatever. But this is what I'm thinking. If you make your hole slightly bigger on the clip, and it'll only go in about 50% of your riv nut. So let's say your riv nut's poking out the other side, and you screw that in there. So when I separate this, when I open this up, it'll open up. You can put your thing in there, but your bands will always end up touching the edge of your riv nut instead of touching the screw. When you do that, you'll never have to worry about your bands getting tangled up in the screw, and it should go in and come out real easy. This is what I'm thinking. Is this making any sense to you guys? This one is a little bit bigger, so obviously I wouldn't use these clips for these riv nuts, but if I think these are like 5 mil, so if I end up cutting these to like 5mm or maybe slightly bigger, when you're screwing those guys in, it's going to rub up against your riv nut. So I'm thinking if I do it that way, that solves a lot of problems. I'm thinking that's the way to go. And it only has to go in like half the distance of your clip. And then you put all your fancy shit on the other side. You know, you put your little cup on there and everything like that, and it'll hide the bigger hole. And it'll lock it in place. It won't move anywhere because it's solid in there. I think that's the way to do it. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. But we'll see. I'm kind of on the fence of what I'm going to do with these guys. I may just drill these holes out with a 5 mil thing, and then put a 5 mil drill, and then put a I'll be able to fit the riv nut right into it, and we'll call it good. And then we'll see from there. And then, yeah, we'll put the other colors up on the other side. So, yeah, it's going to be a bit of a chunky frame too. I don't know. I'm kind of not sure if I'll end up using those with these with that. I think what I'll end up doing is using these for that pickle fork, and then figuring out what I'm going to do with this one. Maybe just drill that out 5 mil. I'll have room for my rib nut. Yeah, that might be the way to go. We'll see. That's how Chris Edwards. Chris Edwards is Countryman Crafts. Is that the guy? Yep. If that's the case, the way I go about doing this one, I may need to get a little bit longer of a riv nut, like probably I think this one is, yeah, this one's about a centimeter. I probably need a 12 to really make that thing function properly, I think. Backyard. Oh, yeah. Oh, really? He doesn't like that too? Ah, yes. Backyard slingshots. Yeah. It's hard to keep track of everybody's name. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Once I'm done with this Aries that I'm messing around with now, I think I'm going to go to that pickle fork, get that mule all done up, and see how that works. See if it's something I can get my head around, and if that works out, then well, maybe I'll just start getting some cores done, and we'll see how it goes. I've already spoken to one of my machine shops to see if I can get some design some of my own, get some cores ready to go, and then start pumping them out. And we'll see how it goes. Maybe worth it, may not be worth it, but we'll see. Just finding time, man, to do all this stuff. I don't know how people have the time to spend all that time sitting in a workshop doing it. Just crazy. I can't wait to get out and shoot this thing. I really want to try that this pouch. It feels really good. Do I have a piece of ammo lying around here? Yeah, I do. I always do. It might actually be a good idea to wet form this thing first. Have a day of color again. Yeah, I should. Oh wow. Yeah, this is going to be a nice pouch. It just needs to soften up a little bit. Get it onto that deck, do some shooting with it for a little while, and get my goopy old man hands on them. Start sweating all over it. It'll be fine. Yep, it'll be real fine. Yep. All right, so we got this guy. Yeah, this was going to be my plan today, was to get out, shoot this guy, which I haven't shot in a while. Shoot this guy, and then bust out the pickle. Both the pickles, actually, and get them done. But then I realized I screwed up and cut my bands too short. So we'll... oh, I'm backwards. Yeah, I cut my bands too short, so I'll have to... maybe not. Maybe I can get by on that one with the wrap and tuck. The wrap and tuck was a little bit on the short side, so I'm a little bit concerned that if I try to wrap and tuck this guy with that other band set that I made, wherever it went. Let's try to put it on. Who cares? Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Can't be that bad. Stuff all this in there. Get that all packed away. Yeah, so at some point today, I'm going to try to get that that video basically complete. You know, that one with the with the Omega Slings Olympus Green 0.5. We'll get that done. Try to go live with that one today at least. I've had it sitting there for a little while and I have it uploaded, but all the rest of the information's been deleted. And I realized I forgot to do that little end screen bit on it. It's a disaster. Everything's a disaster. Yeah, and I got a couple of more tests for bands I want to do. I want to do the green 0.45. I want to do the electric white 0.45. Get those ones complete. And then we should be looking pretty good, I think. Top one behind. Yeah, top one behind. The other one over. All right, let's see what we can do with this. Gotta get this hillbilly pickle all ready to go. Quite like this frame. Both of them, actually. That live I had with Rob earlier this week, shooting the Mega Billies, was one of the most fun lives I've done in quite a while. Yeah, he's a good dude. He's a good dude, fun to hang out with for sure. All right, let's get this guy wrapped one more time. I tend to be a little excessive, I guess, with my wrap and tuck. I like to wrap the hell out of it pretty much. I know I don't need to, but I just like it. I got the whole strip. Might as well just use the whole strip. Call it done. I like to give it 2 wraps before I do the pull through. See, now this is what I like about them. You see this? I can pull that out. I can snip this little bit off. Now, if I ever want to take this guy back out again, I can just grab that little bit, pull it, and it'll unravel, and it'll be done. It'll be ready to go, ready to be fixed up, and not a problem. So that's what I like about those tools, that one that Leon makes. And it's kind of how I used to make my own with the little string. But the little string sometimes was a little bit on the small side, and there wasn't really much to hold on to. Leon's has got that nice little loop on the back end, so you can stick your finger through the hole and give it a good tug. And there we go. So you can stick it through the loop, give it a good tug, get it all set up, ready to go. And then once you pop the loop through, you just release the end of the string, and it pulls right through on the other side, and you're good to go. Oh, shit. Wrap and tuck pickle forks, huh? And wrap and tuck's such a pain in the ass. I know the purists swear by it, but man, oh man. All right, let's do that. So yeah, problem solved. A couple of nice little loops. If you ever want to take care of business and get that all cleaned up, you're ready to go. We got our bands put on there. So everything's nice and flat, set up for a tweak. Let's give it a pull back, see if everything's holding. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Worked out good. Thank you very much, Leon. This right here is some badassery. Yeah, I've got some tape flying around. I use it sometimes. Tri-Fent, not going to happen. Yeah, I like the Band-Aid tape too. I got some lying around here somewhere, buried in my my pile of mess here. But yeah, it's pretty cool. So that's going to work out quite nicely. I'm happy with how that turned out. And I've got my bands attached on there. See how they go? Kind of one overlaps the other. I don't know if I've ever. I know Ethan showed me this. It took me a while to actually see how to set them up properly to make it to see if it was going to be good or not. But how you attach them to the forks later actually makes a big deal on how you get them all set up. And I'll be showing this on a in a video I'm going to be doing soon. How I'm approaching how I'm approaching pickle fork. The one thing I would have done differently, you see how I got them both facing the same direction in this one? It's kind of like I've made a band set for OTT or TTF, sorry. But what I ended up doing is usually I put both of them are facing the kind of the same direction. Sometimes I put one facing the other way, but really, when I'm pulling them back, I still get like a razor sharp line to look down. I don't know if you can see that or not. You see, it almost disappears. So whether you have one facing one way and one the other way, like I do in this case, I got them both kind of facing this way. But there's already a built-in tweak on how I attach them to the fork. So it seems to work out pretty good for me. And yeah, it's going to be sweet. So when I make these bands, if I was going to shoot them like this, it kind of would be a bit of a disaster because they're designed to be shot tweaked. And it makes a big difference, believe it or not. So we got them both set up nicely. Same kind of gig. Set up to shoot with a tweak. Yep, I just wish I would have rotated one of these to the other side, the opposite side. It would have been better. I tied them on wrong. It doesn't really make a difference though. International shipping doesn't like me. Yeah, Leon. The last couple times I tried sending something out to the UK, it was retarded expensive. When I sent that out to Shades for tracking, it would have cost me $68 to track the package I sent to Shades. So I'm like, I'm sorry, dude, but I gotta no track this one. It took a long time for it to get there, but it did make it eventually. But it was like, man, that's really expensive. $68. Whew. Couldn't believe it. So I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna send it by tracking. Hey, thanks, Leon. But you've got me good and set up for quite some time here with all these goodies that you sent to me. Absolutely love the lanyards too. The lanyards that you make are freaking badass. Here, have a look at this, guys. Since we're here, I mean, I like my bright colors. So in case you ever drop a frame in the grass, you'll be able to find it pretty easy. But look at that. It's just amazing, amazing work by Leon. Got a bunch of these nice lanyards. The black and green's pretty damn cool too. And he sent me a couple of these little wrap and tuck tools right here. We used one today. We used the blue one today. But I mean, you can't have enough of these things. There's another nice yellow one. I didn't even see this one before when I opened it up. This is cool. Yep, I like those bright colors. I don't know if you guys ever saw that video of me walking in the woods shooting. and I lost my Titan Hunter. Yeah, fell out of my pocket. And just by luck, I had a very plain orange, I had an orange lanyard on it that I just tied on real quick. And I was able to actually spot it in the grass because of that. So all these bright colors, I know we all like our OD greens and our camouflages and all that stuff. And don't get me wrong, they're cool. But when you drop one of those things on the grass in the woods with your super expensive or beloved slingshot, it's heartbreaking if you never find it again. But I got lucky. I found mine. We'll hang that right off the catchbox, off the tying jig. Ooh. Man, my need for caffeine is real. It's real. It's real big. There we go. This is the one I have actually had it tied up on my Spitfire. I did a little bit of shooting. This is what I ended up finishing off that shoot fest with Rob, but the bands died on me, so I got to change those ones up too. Get a new set of bands on there. See how that goes. But this is another one I absolutely love. And one of the things there's a part of me that likes and doesn't like lanyards. So sometimes you hold the lanyard and you're holding it up and it ends up looping up in your face. But these ones, like the how Leon's got them set up, they work really, really nice. And I don't know, there's like just enough room, and whenever you want to go do something and you want to get your bands out of the way, you can go do something in your Catchbox with it, just let it dangle. You pick it right back up and you're ready to go. It's definitely a good way to go. Yeah, you can't go wrong. Really can't go wrong. And I got this one from Sniper Sling. This one's kind of neat. I'll show you this one. We'll attach it to the Venator. So this one's kind of neat. It's kind of made a little bit bigger. It's got like a nice paracord wrap on there. Another one did great work with it. Hold your frame, drop her down, get her out of the way. But this one is actually pretty cool. Check this out. I'll show you something. It's also got a magnet on it. So once you got this set up, you could slap, I don't know, 5 or 10 shots on there. Shoot. Load it back up right on the magnet. Carry a couple of extra shots if you don't want to be clinking around with too much or have too much hanging around your neck. That'll set you up pretty good. And looks pretty damn good too. Nice little lanyard for a great slingshot. I think I'm going to put... yeah, maybe I'll leave this one on there. I don't know. We'll see. That's pretty neat. That's a Sniper Sling one right here. Yeah, with the little magnet bead on it. Looks very similar to your design though, your style. That's what I got here. This is the Leon one with the little DNA strand on it, which is freaking badass. Yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, and Leon's work is just fantastic, man. I'm telling you, you're not going to find much better than this. If you find anything better than this, I doubt it. But it's like pretty much perfection. Really, really good. Yeah, it's totally cool. Yeah, so I got to figure out something to do with this guy. I want to get this guy up in a Catchbox, do some shooting with it. And maybe if it, oh man, what a waste. We could have been outside shooting all this time. No, I never had any accident. Yeah, you know what, Tarson, me either. I was never really a lanyard guy for the most part, but I learned a little bit of a lesson in that video. I was trying to shoot some stuff. It was in the video, and I kept on putting it in and out of my pocket, my slingshot. And when I did a draw on it, the something had damaged up nearby the fork, and I didn't notice. I pulled a draw on it, and I shot myself in the face. It came back and hit me in the face. But that was because I kept on stuffing it into my pocket, and I had other things in my pocket, like my keys and a pocket knife and all that stuff. And I ended up eating it in the face because of that. But really, in the end, I started using a lanyard. So, if I have to adjust my camera or figure anything out or fix something up, I could just let it hang and dangle, and it's not a problem. I've never had a problem with releasing my hand and having it hit me or anything like that. I've never had that before, so I'm not worried about that. But yeah, oh, there we go. I found another one. Got little bands hanging out all over the place now. Gotta make sure I get all these guys tucked back away and put into my drawer so I'm not losing anything. Yeah, I'm actually wearing my cargo shorts right now. Yeah, those little side pockets for the on the thighs are fantastic for that. Yeah, I also love my little tool that I keep for all my frames. I usually have the bits to swap one out, but one of them went missing, of course, like everything else in my life. Yeah, so yeah, there it is. Everything clicks in, fits perfect. You can tighten them up quite nicely with those. I find these guys always end up stripping for whatever reason at some point or another. But the screwdriver is much better. Love this thing. Small. Everything kind of fits and works out pretty good. So anyway, I just got to find that other bit so I could swap them out and get that fixed up. And that'll be not a problem. I used to keep two. I had this one. It's got just about every single bit known to man except for the one that I'm missing on it. I could have possibly stuck it back into here. I've got this little box here that I keep. Might have found its way back in here somewhere. I've got a bunch of these Allen keys. You know, every time you buy a slingshot, you get a shit ton of these things, right? So I've got these Allen keys and I don't know, a bunch of clips that I tend not to use. Well, some of them I use actually. I'll be putting one of these back on the what do you call that thing? Yeah, but my little bit's not in here. So anyway, enough of searching through this. Weird. All right. Yeah. Oh man. Oh guys. I think I'll do something, please. That's what I'm too. Yo, Coin just pop in here? Yo, better late than never. What's going on, Coin? How you doing, Coin? Oh. ATO's low on the caffeine. He's having trouble, buddy, today. Having trouble. Oh. Yep, big trouble. Yeah, I'm pretty much feel like I'm getting dumber. Every second goes by, I'm just getting slower and dumber. Yeah, me too, buddy. I had a bit of a late night last night. Woke up early, didn't sleep all that well. Found out that I had no more coffee left. Had to drink a cup of tea. I don't know how people drink that shit. It's freaking gross. And anyway, here I am. Sans caffeine, suffering. Can barely talk. Not even really sure what day it is today. Yeah. After this, I'll probably go down on the couch, lie down, and spoon with my dog and watch the UFC. Watching people beat the shit out of each other always makes me feel better. So I think that's what I'll do. Yeah. How long did you stay on with Rob and Adam, Coin? Oh, did you guys go live last night? Yeah, I'm hoping the Amazon man decides to get out of bed early and get to work. Oh, guys, I wanted to show you something. Totally forgot about this. Have a look. Nice little ATO slings jacket. Nice and comfortable. Super soft interior. The ATO logo on the back. Loving this thing. It's just too hot to wear it. Do I get a discount for buying my own merch? Not really. It's a very. I think the difference. I think the difference is like $5 or something. So it basically just cuts the profit out that I would get from it, and I find they didn't give you much wiggle room on the prices. It says OTA. Yeah, yeah. I ended up kind of dropping down the profit as much as I could to make the prices seem somewhat fair. I found the prices from that company were a little high. So basically, you can raise or lower your thing, your prices or your profit margin. So anyway, like on the jacket, something like this, I would make like $5. It's really not much. It's really not that much, but it is what it is. I don't really care. It wasn't really about me becoming a tycoon by selling ATO merch. It's really just about thinking it's pretty cool seeing people wearing my stuff. That's all. Yeah, you see, I don't know what the deal is with that, man. I had some problems with getting some of my stuff too. Um, I don't know how they go about by prioritizing orders or how it works over there, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it's going to work out. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I had two of my orders that were supposed to come here for samples, so I could show you guys. I'm still waiting on one of them. It got reprinted. I had to get reprinted because they shipped it. It went from wherever they are. I think it's in Kentucky or something, and it went to Chicago, the sorting center in Chicago, and disappeared. So I ordered a second one. It happened to me twice now. I've had two things go to the sorting center in Chicago. I don't know if they're just getting lost in there or what the fuck's happening, but it pissed me off. So I don't know what the deal is. I know Rob Patton also took a long time for his hat to show up. They said it was summer break when I emailed them. What does that mean? Yeah. Anyway, I had two or sample orders now that they got lost in somebody recognized my name and swiped it. Yeah, well, I doubt that, but maybe you never know. You never know. But I know that in LA and places like that, a lot of Amazon trucks were getting robbed, and a lot of shit went missing. And so I was wondering if the same thing's happening in Chicago. I mean, depending on where you are in Chicago, it can get pretty gnarly there. So, but hopefully my stuff it comes fast. I had some of my things like my coffee cup. When I ordered my coffee cup, I got it almost instantly. It was here in like 2 weeks. The oh yeah, I had no idea. I had no idea. It came 2 weeks after I emailed them. Uh, yeah, and anyway, they said it was shipped. Went and looked in the shipping, like, hey, what's going on? It's been a while now. It's like it's taking forever. And then I contacted them like, hey, dude, what's going on with my thing? I said, it's samples. Second time in a row now that I've had a problem with my sample getting here. It gets to Chicago and it disappears. Like, what the hell? And anyway, yeah, we'll see how it goes. If that keeps on going, yeah, hopefully whoever stole that T-shirt in Chicago liked and subscribed. Yeah, hopefully, and hopefully the other one shows up. So I know this jacket took about a month to come, which is like fuck, it's kind of long. But I wish it was better. But there's not really that much of an option. I may end up trying. There's another company called Spreadshirt. I may try and check it out and see. Hello, do you consider a person who got robbed at gunpoint goofy? Thanks for the answer. Why would I think they were goofy for getting robbed? They got robbed by an asshole. Yeah, so I might try another company and see how that goes. If that works out good, then I'll go for that and we'll see how it happens. But oh, the person doing the robbing is goofy. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I may try that other company and see how that goes. I don't like having to wait for I don't like having to wait for my stuff that long, especially when it's coming from the United States. I know one of the things I ordered from came from Texas. One of them was from Kentucky. So I don't know what's going on really. Yeah, the cups made in China, so they're buying their stuff from China and making them, but I don't know how it works. I know these companies that are kind of designed for creators, which makes a lot of sense. So you can order your stuff directly through there. They handle the shipping and all that stuff, and that part of it's good. But on the same side, you got to make sure that it gets to your people on time. And I'm not entirely sure I'm happy with the way this is working. So anyway, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Have to go. Yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap this one up too, Tarson. Yeah, Coin, get a cool logo working. If you design one yourself, you could send it off to Fiverr after, and they'll unless you know somebody who does that kind of stuff, but they can really give you a high quality image, and then you can have it sent to places to put on shirts and everything. It'll be pretty cool. Anyway, boys and girls, I think I'm going to cut this one short. I'm going to go downstairs and lick my wounds, have some breakfast, and then and see what's up. Alrighty, guys. Thanks for watching. You guys take care. Stay safe. Get on practice. Be good to each other. I'll see you again soon. Love you guys. Freaking awesome. Bye for now.